The galaxy was silent. Every planet, every moon, every station, all of them tuned in to the broadcast. It was the Galactic High Council's public trial, a rare event, watched by billions across the stars. This time, the accused was a single planet Earth, a blue and green world, young by galactic standards, fast-growing, full of wild ideas and loud voices. Now, it stood alone. At the center of the council chamber, Earth's ambassador stood still. Lyra Malkov, a thin, older woman, in a simple gray suit, no guards, no team. Just her alone. She wasn't even given a translator. The chamber was massive, a circle of stone and light. The alien delegates sat in their tall chairs, each one representing a powerful empire. Their faces were cold, their eyes sharp. Some had feathers, some scales, some metal skin, but all shared one thing: disgust. The head of the council, a towering insectoid named Rexon, stood up. "The species known as humanity has been found guilty," he said in a deep, echoing voice. "Guilty? Of what?" Lyra asked, her voice calm. Whispers spread across the chamber. Rexon answered, "Of spreading instability, refusing guidance, of growing too fast, of resisting control." Lyra raised one eyebrow. "Is growth a crime now?" One delegate from the Tar Empire hissed, "Your kind thinks too freely. You disobey orders. You refuse standard code." Another added, "You explore without permission. Share tech with younger species. Interfere where you don't belong. And worst of all," said Rexon, "you inspire others to question us." Lyra took a breath, looked around the room. "So, that's the real fear, not our weapons. Our ships. It's our ideas." The council grew quiet. Then Rexon said the sentence. "Earth is to be cut off. All trade routes blocked, all tech support removed, no access to council space, no contact with allied species. Until further notice. Earth is isolated." The chamber burst into applause. Some delegates smiled, others laughed. Lyra did not flinch. She looked at no one. Then, slowly, she stepped forward. "Make your jokes now," she said quietly. "Enjoy the show, but remember this." Her voice rose, not in anger, but in warning. "Humans don't break under pressure. We adapt. We survive." "Time is right," we respond. Rexon leaned in. "Is that a threat?" Lyra smiled. "No, it's a promise." With that, she turned and walked out of the chamber. No one clapped. No one stopped her. The council had made its decision, and Earth had been humiliated in front of the entire galaxy. The news spread fast. Galactic networks showed clips of the trial. Alien commentators called Earth a wild experiment gone wrong. Memes and jokes filled the communication nets. Primitive species finally learns its place. Earth, the loud planet, gets muzzled. Humans talk too much now, they can talk to themselves. Some neutral worlds felt bad but stayed silent. Others cheered. A few tried to send private messages of support, but Earth never replied. Then something strange happened. Earth disappeared. All communication from the Sol system stopped. No ships came out. No signals, no messages. No distress calls, not even a whisper. Satellites near Earth went dark, listening. Posts on Pluto and Titan stopped sending data. Probes sent toward Earth were destroyed, or turned around by unknown forces. The council said Earth had given up, but in secret. Some alien scientists were worried. One of them, a young Valeri named Dr. Ankari, said on a private channel, "Earth has never gone silent before. This is not surrender. This is planning." But no one listened. Why would they? Earth had no fleet, no empire, no allies. It was just one planet. Small, isolated, forgotten, but deep inside Earth's orbit. Something was waking up. Old bunkers opened. Satellites shifted their paths. AI cores began to glow. And at the center of it all, a message was being written. One line, one sentence, to be sent when the time was right, back in the council chamber. Rexon looked over the reports with a grin. Earth is done, he said to his advisors. A threat no more. But far across the stars, on the dark side of the moon, hidden from every alien eye, a machine lit up. Its screen flashed red, then white. Then a phrase appeared in 100 alien languages. You judged us publicly now. Watch what comes next. For 10 long years, Earth said nothing. No ships, no trade, no messages. Silence. The galaxy moved on. Other species laughed about it. Children were taught in schools. This is what happens when you challenge the council. Some even believed Earth had fallen, that humans had turned on each other, that the blue planet had collapsed in shame. But deep in the blackness of space, a signal was waiting. It happened without warning, at exactly 0200 Council Standard Time. Dozens of deep space beacons across 5 sectors received a strange transmission. It was short, just a few seconds long, but it traveled faster than any known drive, and it repeated the same phrase: "We are not what you think." The message had no origin code, no sender ID, no known frequency. It didn't match any of Earth's old systems. In fact, it looked alien, too advanced, too clean, as if it had been built in the future, not the past. The council ordered the signal deleted. They called it fake, a trick from a rebel world. But the signal kept coming. Every day, same time, same words. We are not what you think. Meanwhile, strange things began to happen near the Sol system. Merchant ships passing near Earth's edge reported systems going haywire. Navigation froze. Weapons refused to respond. Some ships returned, badly damaged, but with no sign of a fight. Others never returned at all. A mining ship, Havari Drift, managed to escape the edge of the Sol border. Its captain, a 6-eyed Denari, named Captain Euros, looked terrified in the recorded message. We never reached Earth. We never even saw a human. But something out there watched us, let us go. Not because we were a threat, but because we weren't worth killing. His message was cut off by static. No one heard from Captain Euros again. The council grew nervous. They sent scout probes into Earth's old space. None came back. They called on Allied fleets to monitor the outer edges of Sector 9, where Earth was last known to be. Some warlords wanted to send more ships. Others wanted to ignore it completely. But a few remembered something. Old, something Earth once said long ago. You will regret this. We do not forget, and we do not forgive. Then one day, a signal arrived. Not a whisper, not a warning, but a full message. It's delivered in every major language at once. It played on personal devices, on towers. Even in the council's own courtroom, the voice was calm, female, familiar to those who remembered Ambassador Lyra Malkov. But this time, she looked different, older, colder. Her eyes did not blink. She spoke only one line. This galaxy forgot who we are, but we remember everything. After that, she vanished. No trace. No trail. Nothing, just silence again. But the silence wasn't empty. Anymore, it was loud, heavy, waiting. Something was coming. In the days that followed, something even stranger happened. The stars around Earth began to shift. Astronomers from multiple species noticed strange movements. Constellations no longer matched ancient charts. Some stars vanished from view. Others began to flicker, like lights behind a curtain. But when probes were sent to investigate, they found nothing, just space, just silence, just cold. But one scientist, Dr. Inkari, the young Valeri, who had warned about Earth before, said quietly in a private interview, "That's not empty space. That's camouflage. Something is hiding there, watching, preparing." Still, the council refused to act. They were proud, they were blind, and they didn't know. Earth was already awake. Not the Earth they remembered, but something new. Something. Reborn, under the blue oceans, beneath the dark forests. Above the moon, machines whispered, engines warmed, eyes opened, human eyes. and others too. Earth wasn't just building ships, it was building a message. One final signal was sent from the edge of the void. This time, only 3 words. We are coming. The council had heard enough. For weeks, the galaxy buzzed with fear and rumors. Earth's silence. Earth's signals. And now, the message, we are coming. The council didn't believe it. They thought it was a trick, a bluff, from a dying planet. So, they made a decision. Send a ship, a strong one, fast, armed. A message of their own. The chosen ship was the CSV Valiant Star, a cruiser with 600 elite soldiers, stealth tech, and full-spectrum scanners. It had handled black hole storms, survived war zones. No one had ever stopped it. Until Earth, the mission was simple. Fly close to Sol, scan the system, find out what humans were hiding, turn with answers or proof that Earth was still weak. They left with confidence. With pride, the Council broadcast the launch, a show of strength. But then, the Valiant Star disappeared. No distress call, no beacon, no signal, it just vanished. Time passed, hours became days. Then weeks. The Council said it was a navigation error, said the ship ran into space dust, said maybe pirates were responsible, but deep down, everyone knew Earth had done something. But no one knew what, until a pod returned. 3 weeks after the ship vanished, a small drone pod appeared near Council space. It was barely holding together, scorched, bent. Leaking plasma. The pod belonged to the Valiant Star. Its data core was still intact. Inside were the last moments of the crew. The Council watched in silence as the footage played. At first, everything was normal. The ship entered the Sol system. Mars came into view. Saturn's rings glowed in the distance. Then, static. The lights dimmed. The engines died. One by one, systems shut down. Not because of damage, because something told. Them too. The last video showed it clearly. A shape. Black against black. No lights. No heat. But when it moved, the stars vanished behind it. A ship. Huge. Silent. Like a mountain drifting in space. Not like anything ever seen before. Then more shapes joined it. 1, 3, 10. Surrounding the Valiant Star, but not attacking. Just watching. The crew panicked. Tried to fire weapons. Nothing worked. Then the final frame. The captain's face, pale and frozen. A quiet whisper from her lips before the screen turned to black. They're not hiding. They're judging us. Panic spread across the galaxy. News of the pod leaked. Footage reached civilian networks. Some believed it. Some called it fake. But old species, the ones who remembered ancient wars, were afraid. They had seen this before. Long ago. Before the Council was even formed. A force that doesn't attack out of anger, but out of purpose. In a secret council meeting, Vrexen slammed the table. "We cannot be threatened by a primitive world," shouted. Others disagreed. "They're not primitive anymore. They took out one of our best ships without firing. A shot, and we still don't know how. Maybe." One voice said softly, "We made a mistake." Elsewhere, in a dark chamber far from the Council's reach, a neutral race, the Ilari, who had never taken sides in war, sent a private warning to the Council. For words, "Do not provoke Earth." But the Council refused to back down. They began preparing fleets. They still believed in power. Still believed. They were the rulers of the stars. They didn't know Earth had changed. They didn't know Earth had waited 10 long years, and Earth was no longer interested in peace. Far beyond the Council's borders, on the edge of a red dwarf star, something massive broke from the shadows. A ship, larger than anything built before, shaped like a blade, silent, invisible to scanners, but burning with one message written along its side in hundreds of languages. "This is your last chance." They came without warning. No light, no sound, no heat. Just darkness, shaped like warships. The stars around them went silent. No alarms, no scans. No defense systems even activated, because nothing detected them. Above the skies of Council World Barith, one of the largest planets in the galactic core, a shadow fell across the sun at first. No one noticed, but then the skies dimmed. Birds stopped flying. Power grids began to flicker. A technician looked up. His hands began to shake. That's not a moon. It's a ship. The Council scrambled jets, fired warning flares, tried to hail the vessel, but it gave no answer. It didn't fire. It didn't move. It simply existed. It blocked the sky until it sent a message. Not with sound, not with words, with truth across every screen, on every ship, every station. In every language known to the stars, a video began to play. It showed the trial. Earth alone. Humanity mocked. Ambassador Lyra Malkov standing before the Council. Then came the secret parts. Hidden votes. Quiet deals behind closed doors. Council members laughing about Earth's suffering. Leaked messages showing. Earth was framed. Billions of citizens gasped. Protests broke out on dozens of planets. Some races began to question their leaders. The message ended with a voice. It was calm, cold, and familiar. This is not revenge. This is balance. We will not erase you, but we will make sure the truth lives louder than your lies. Black Ship then did something no one expected. It turned. And left. It didn't attack. Didn't threaten. It simply showed the galaxy what had been hidden, and that was enough. But Earth wasn't done. On 3 more Council worlds, black ships appeared, always in silence, always without warning. They shared more proof. Biological weapons tested on humans without consent, trade routes sabotaged Earth's. Peaceful offers secretly rejected, then mocked each time. The ship never fired a shot. But each time, people rose up. In the capital world of Zarethkol, a young alien student held a protest sign. Earth was punished. It's for being honest. Back in the council chamber, panic spread. They're turning the galaxy against us, one delegate shouted. They're using information as a weapon. Another growled. They are doing what we feared, uniting the weak. Rexon smashed his fist down. We should have destroyed them when we had the chance. But the truth was clear now. Council's lies had been exposed, and Earth wasn't trying to conquer. They were trying to crush the Council's control, and it was working. Suddenly, the Council's top military base, a moon-sized weapons station named Fortress Jundal, went completely dark. No power, no COMMs, all systems offline. 30 seconds later, a beam of light thin as a hair, brighter than a star, cut through the moon. No explosion, no sound, just silence. And then, the moon vanished. Nothing left, no debris, no heat, just space. One black ship was seen at the edge of the system. It sent a single message. One warning was enough. Every empire listened. The galaxy froze, because they now understood. Earth had learned everything the Council feared and turned it into a weapon, but not a weapon of fire. A weapon of knowledge, a weapon of silence, a weapon of choice. And they had chosen not to beg for mercy, not to change the galaxy forever. From a dark chamber on Earth, Lyra Malkov, now old and in a wheelchair, watched it all unfold. She whispered to herself, "We never needed to raise our voice. We just needed the galaxy to listen." The Council was falling, not because of war, not because of invasion, but because the galaxy had finally seen the truth, and that truth had a name: Earth. Protests filled the skies of 100 worlds. Allies broke their treaties. Council fleets stood down, afraid of what they'd seen. Everywhere, people asked the same question: if Earth was right? What else did the Council lie about? Council called for order, for calm, control, but no one listened anymore, because Earth had already spoken, not with threats, but with proof. And now, humanity had one final message. On the 10th, day after the destruction of Fortress Jundal, a new signal appeared across the galaxy. It wasn't forced. It wasn't hidden. Every screen lit up on its own, even in places cut off from Earth. The face that appeared was familiar. Lara Malkov2. Old. Tired. Sitting in a chair wrapped in a blanket. But her voice was still strong. She looked directly into the camera. 10 years ago, you judged us in public. You silenced us. You isolated us. We asked for fairness. You gave us fear. So we watched. We listened. We learned your systems, your codes, your secrets, and we waited. The camera zoomed out. Behind her stood 12 figures. Not just humans, but aliens from across the stars. Species once controlled by the Council. Species who had also been silenced. And one by one, they stepped forward. Each one spoke a single word. Free, equal, heard, respected, human. Lyra continued, "We will not rule you. We will not become what you feared. But the Council, as it stands, is over. Let those who want truth rise. Let those who choose power fall. We are not your enemies. But we are not your servants either. We are humanity, and we're done being quiet." The signal ended. No threats, no demands, no army, just a choice. Within days, the Council began to collapse. Delegates resigned, worlds pulled out, old alliances shattered. No war was needed. Truth was enough. On Earth, people didn't cheer. There was no parade, no victory speech, just quiet rebuilding, reconnecting with those who had stayed loyal, helping the species who had suffered in silence. Because Earth didn't want to rule the galaxy, it only wanted to be heard. And now it was. In the final scene, far above the blue planet, a fleet of black ships floated silently, still watching, still guarding, not invading, not attacking, just waiting, in case anyone tried to silence Earth again, and carved deep into the largest ships. Whole, written in every language, "You punished us publicly. Now the galaxy remembers who we are." The end.